Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to get you totally ready for that Carpenter Supervisor interview.
We'll be walking you through everything you need to know using a detailed career guide, an interview guide loaded with great questions.
And we'll show you how RoleCatcher's AI can really help you out along the way.
So let's jump right in. First up, we need to understand exactly what a Carpenter Supervisor does.
Yeah, it's going to be more than just being good with a hammer, right?
Oh, definitely. Think of them like the conductor of a carpentry orchestra. They oversee all the carpentry operations.
Whoa, that's a cool way to put it.
Thanks. They're also assigning tasks, making sure deadlines are met, and that the quality is top-notch.
Right, and making sure everything is running smoothly.
Exactly. They also handle any problems that come up and mentor apprentices, too.
So think of the leadership role, too. That's a lot of responsibility.
It is. And that's why being prepared for the interview is so important.
Speaking of preparation, our career guide actually has some interesting insights about this career path.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like how the job outlook for skilled carpenters is looking really good.
So there's a lot of opportunity for growth.
Absolutely. And the demand is expected to keep growing, too, so that's good news for job security.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
What about career progression? Where can this role lead?
Well, from Carpenter Supervisor, you can move up to Project Manager or even Construction Supervisor.
Wow, so lots of options depending on your goals.
You could even start your own business down the line.
So you could go from leading a team to leading your own company. That's pretty cool.
It is, but let's not sugarcoat it. There are challenges, too.
Right, every job has its ups and downs.
It's physically demanding work. Sometimes you're working at heights or dealing with bad weather.
Yeah, and I imagine there's some safety hazards to be aware of, too.
Definitely. There can be exposure to hazardous materials, and you're responsible for a whole team.
So managing people and dealing with deadlines and safety protocols all at the same time, that's a lot to handle.
It is. But if you're up for the challenge, let's get into the interview prep.
Okay, let's dive in. This interview guide is packed with helpful questions.
And we're going to really break them down and figure out the best way to answer them.
All right, first question. How did you become interested in carpentry, and what led you to pursue a career in this field?
It seems simple, but you really need to show your passion and understanding here.
So don't just read off your resume.
Right. Tell a story. Think about what sparked your interest in the first place.
Was it a project you worked on or someone who inspired you?
Exactly. What made you fall in love with carpentry?
I bet RoleCatcher's AI could help with this kind of question.
Definitely. Their resume builder can help you highlight experiences that show your passion.
Cool. So it can help you tailor your resume to really stand out.
It's like having a resume expert working with you.
Nice.
Ah.
Okay, question 2. What are some of the key skills required for a carpenter supervisor? And how have you developed these skills over time?
This one's all about showing your technical expertise and leadership skills.
So you'd obviously mention your carpentry skills.
For sure, but also things like project management, communication, delegating tasks, and motivating a team.
So being a good leader is just as important as being a good carpenter.
Exactly. And using specific examples can really make your answer stronger.
So like instead of just saying, I'm good at communication, you'd give a real example of how you use those skills.
Right. Tell them about a time you had to explain something complex to your team or resolve a conflict.
That makes sense. And I know RoleCatcher has an AI feedback feature that can help with this.
Absolutely. You can practice your answers and get feedback on how you're coming across.
It's like a mock interview with an AI coach.
Exactly. It can help you improve your delivery and content.
Wow, that's super helpful. Okay, moving on to question 3. What is your approach to managing schedules and deadlines on a construction project?
This one is all about being organized, proactive, and able to handle pressure.
Construction projects are known for being complex, so I imagine this is a crucial skill.
Definitely. You need to show them you have a system for planning, delegating, and keeping things on track.
And be able to adapt when things inevitably change.
Right. They want someone who can anticipate problems and find solutions.
Okay, next up is question 4. Can you describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict or issue on a construction project?
This is classic interview question, and it's all about showing your problem-solving skills.
And how you handle yourself under pressure.
Exactly. Pick a specific example where you had to mediate a conflict or find a solution to a tough problem.
And use the STAR method to really walk them through it.
Yes. Situation, task, action, and result. That's how you make your answer clear and impactful.
Great advice. Okay, on to question 5. How do you ensure that your team adheres to safety protocols on a construction site?
Safety is paramount in construction, so this is a big one.
It's not just about knowing the rules, it's about creating a culture of safety, right?
Absolutely. You need to show them that you take safety seriously and that you're proactive about it.
So talk about how you train your team, how you enforce the rules, and how you lead by example.
It's about walking the walk and showing them you're committed to safety.
And I bet RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your answer to this question too.
It can. It can give you feedback on how clearly and confidently you're communicating your approach to safety.
That's really helpful. Okay, moving on to question 6. What is your experience working with different types of materials, and how do you approach learning new techniques of materials?
This is your chance to showcase your technical versatility and your willingness to learn.
So mention all the different materials you've worked with and any special skills you have.
Right. And emphasize that you're always eager to learn new things and stay up to date on the latest technologies.
The construction industry is always evolving, so showing that you're adaptable is important.
Absolutely. You want to show them that you're a lifelong learner.
Okay, question 7. How do you ensure that your team maintains high-quality standards on a construction project?
This one's about your attention to detail, your commitment to quality, and your ability to inspire your team.
So it's about setting high standards and holding everyone accountable.
Right. And showing them that you have processes in place to monitor quality and address any issues that arise.
Okay, question 8. Can you describe a time when you had to manage a particularly challenging project or situation?
This is another chance to use the STAR method and showcase your leadership skills.
So talk about a project that had major obstacles and how you overcame them.
Highlight the decisions you made, the actions you took, and the results you achieved.
Show them you can handle pressure and lead your team to success.
Exactly. This is your chance to shine.
Okay, 2 more to go. Question 9. How do you motivate and engage your team to work together effectively on a construction project?
This is all about your leadership style and your ability to create a positive and productive work environment.
So talk about how you communicate, how you build trust, and how you inspire your team.
Show them that you're a leader who can bring people together and get the best out of them.
Okay, final question. How do you stay up to date with developments and trends in the construction industry? And how do you incorporate this knowledge into your work?
This is about your commitment to professional development and your ability to stay ahead of the curve.
So mention any trade publications you read, courses you've taken, or conferences you've attended.
And give specific examples of how you've applied new knowledge to improve your work.
Show them that you're always learning and growing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to demonstrate that you're passionate about your work and that you're always looking for ways to improve.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground today, from dissecting those interview questions to getting a glimpse of how RoleCatcher's AI can help you prepare.
And there's even more to explore. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into RoleCatcher in part 2 of this deep dive. Welcome back. We're ready to really dig into how RoleCatcher's AI can make a difference in your job search.
Yeah, we touched on the resume builder earlier, but it's more than just a tool, right?
Right. It's like having a virtual coach who analyzes job descriptions and then helps you improve your resume to really stand out.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It is, and that can make a huge difference in getting your resume noticed.
Especially in a tough job market. So what else can RoleCatcher do?
Well, they also have this AI-powered interview practice feature.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It is. You can actually rehearse your answers on video and get feedback from the AI.
Feedback on what?
On everything. Your delivery, your content, even your body language.
So it's like having a mock interview, but with a super smart AI coach.
Exactly. It can help you refine your answers and feel more confident going into the real interview.
I wish I had that when I was interviewing. But even with all this great tech, your own knowledge and experience are still important.
Oh, absolutely. That's why we spent so much time on those interview questions.
Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to back up your skills and experience with solid answers.
And that's where that career guide comes in handy, too.
Yeah, it's packed with insights about the carpentry profession beyond just the interview.
Right. Things like job security, advancement opportunities, and even potential specializations.
Speaking of specializations, there's a really interesting section about different areas of focus within carpentry.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, you can focus on finish carpentry, which is all about the detail work you see in high-end homes.
So like the crown molding and intricate trim work.
Exactly. Or you could specialize in cabinet making, which is a whole other level of precision.
Right. You need a lot of skill and patience for that.
And there are other areas too, like framing, roofing, and even historic restoration.
It's amazing how much variety there is within the field of carpentry.
It is. And it's cool to think about how those different specializations might evolve with all the new technologies and trends coming up.
That's a great point. Speaking of new trends, what about sustainability?
Oh yeah, that's a huge topic in construction these days.
It is, and it's something that any aspiring carpenter supervisor should be thinking about.
Right, because it's not just about building anymore, it's about building responsibly.
Exactly. Using eco-friendly materials, implementing energy-efficient designs, minimizing waste.
It's all connected.
It is, and I think it adds a whole other dimension to the role of a carpenter supervisor.
Absolutely. It's not just about leading a team, it's about leading the way towards a more sustainable future.
Well said.
It's exciting to think about all the possibilities. But for now, let's bring it back to the interview.
Right, we want you to walk in feeling prepared and confident.
Exactly. And we've covered a lot of ground today.
We really have, from understanding the role of a carpenter supervisor
To breaking down those tough interview questions.
and exploring how RoleCatcher's AI can give you that extra edge.
It's all about empowering you to succeed.
And I think if there's one key takeaway from all of this,
What would it be?
be authentic. Let your passion for carpentry shine through.
That's such great advice. Because at the end of the day,
Interviewers can tell when someone is genuinely passionate about their work.
and that enthusiasm is contagious.
It is. So relax, be yourself, and let your skills and experience speak for themselves.
And don't forget about RoleCatcher. They have some amazing tools to help you prepare.
From the resume builder to the AI-powered interview practice,
It's like having a whole team of experts in your corner.
helping you put your best foot forward.
So go out there and rock that interview. We know you have what it takes to build a successful career as a carpenter supervisor.
The world needs more skilled and passionate carpenters.
And we're confident that you can make a real difference.
So keep learning, keep growing, and keep building.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.